What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Series 62 Akam. Here we do have Akam in the packaging. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get them open up, and then we'll have a better look at Akam. So stay tuned, everyone. And so here we have Akam posed and out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's take a look at what Akam comes with. Akam does come with quite a few accessories. He does come with his tactical vest, which looks really nice. It does have the AOP logo on the back. He also does come with his entrance mask, which again looks really nice, and I am glad they included it with him. His final accessory is the new NXT Tag Team title, and it looks really glorious. I do love the way it looks. Unfortunately, Akam is a pretty big guy, and it doesn't wrap around his waist. It only wraps around his shoulder or holds it in his hand. His final accessory is, of course, the watercolor backdrop that they've been giving with the Elite series. I'm not a particular fan of it, but I am glad that they at least give you something to display them with. If they just gave us a stand, I'd be okay with that, but the watercolor backdrop is pretty nice as well. So with Akam's accessories out of the way, let's actually have a look at his details. And so here we have a closer look at Akam, and I have to say they did a really good job with this figure. I'm actually liking the Elite version of the Authors of Pain more than the basic versions, which we will show a comparison between the two. But I really do love this face sculpt. It looks just like him. And I am kind of surprised that the face printing tech is looking as good as it is. It actually does make this figure stand out a lot more and look more like Akam. You can see there is some sculpting right here where his buzz cut actually is, so that's really impressive that rather than leaving that smooth, they actually sculpted all the little spots where his hair should be, and I really do like that. Of course, they did a good job painting his hair as well. Again, they did a really good job with his face. Looking onto his arm, you can see they did add his tattoos right here. They carry on to his chest. I do want to point out that his torso is cast in the black plastic and it is just colored flesh tone, but it's not too noticeable on this figure like it is on some other figures. His tattoo again does carry over to his arm, where you can see they actually painted his elbow pad on. Now at first I was a little disappointed, but seeing how massive his arm is, I'm actually not arguing that he has an elbow pad painted on, because there's no way you can actually get an elbow pad that Mattel makes on this arm. It's just too big. Moving on to his hands, he is wearing the MMA style gloves, as you can see. We have seen these hands before on Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker, but it does really look good on the Authors of Pain because they do wear the MMA style gloves. Going on to his tank top, you can see it does say AOP at the bottom. And we have seen this torso before. It is the same torso that they give with Braun Strowman. On the back, you can see it says AOP. And then we have some paint smudges here on mine. You can see some flesh tone paint came on the black. And then there was a spot of black peeking through the flesh tone. Going on to his pants, you can see they actually did sculpt a new lower torso for the Authors of Pain. You can see AOP right here. And just how much detailing is in their combat pants. It's really nice and really impressive. I do like that. Even their knee pads are nicely sculpted. So really good job on Mattel's part. Their boots are tucked, or their pants are tucked into their boots, so that's pretty accurate. Although I feel like maybe the boots are a little too high, but I am still glad that Mattel was able to give us at least a decent looking leg right here. So overall, Akam here looks really impressive, and I am glad I picked him up. So what we're going to do now is actually compare him to a few other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Akam posed next to a WWE Elite AJ Styles and a WWE Elite Randy Orton. Here we have Akam posed next to a WWE Elite Braun Strowman and the Target exclusive Basic Akam. And finally, here we have Akam posed next to fellow Author of Pain member Rezar. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually take a look at Akam's articulation. Now, he does have a ball joint in the head, although it doesn't really work all too well. We don't really get any up and down movement. You're mainly just going to get left and right swivel on that. I think it sits really low on the ball joint, so no upward or downward movement there. Arms are on a ball joint, go out to about there. Do a full 360. Swivel at the bicep, single joint in the elbow. Swivel and hinge in the wrist. No issues there. He has an ab crunch which goes back about that far. Forward about that far, which is pretty good for a big guy his size. He swivels at the waist. Legs do go forward all the way out, so that's pretty good. They go back and out to the side really far. Swivel at the thigh. Double bend in the knee. Swivel at the boot. We do get a hinge in the ankle, and it's really stiff. Really do like that. And then we also do get rocker ankle. So overall, pretty decent articulation that we've seen on Akam here. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Akam posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do like the way this figure came out. I am a huge Authors of Pain fan, so I knew I had to get the Elite figures when they came out. I honestly love these better than the basic figures, but then again, I am more of an Elite collector, so basic figures normally get the bin for me. But other than that, I still think he's a really nice update to have in your collection. The NXT title is really good and looks really nice. I'm not too fond of the headgear that he came with. It does make his head seem bigger than what it really is. And the technical vest looks great either way. Even though he does share some parts with Braun Strowman, there's enough uniqueness here to warrant the pickup. If you're an Authors of Pain fan or just a WWE fan in general, you're going to want to have this guy in your collection. I was able to find my Akam at Target, and it is going to run you about $20 with tax, and that's essentially what you pay for WWE Elite figures. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.